What's up, everybody? It's your boy Theoric6 back with some more awesome Magic the Gathering Arena, man. Of course, I gotta tell you to go to my big buddies, flipsidegaming.com, and use my awesome promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. It's like a wicked sick deal, bro. Anyway, today we are playing Gobos. We are playing Mono Red Goblins. Why are we playing this, you might ask? It's because I still haven't figured out a way to get this illusion deck to work. I'm trying. Illusions. I can't get it to work. But today we're playing Goblins, and we're playing Mono Red Goblins. And we're also not playing the Calamity card in this deck. And I'll talk about more on that once we get to the sideboard after the games. But essentially the reason is I wanted this to be a Goblin deck, and a decent number of these Goblins don't benefit from it. So I said, meh. So we have 8 1-drops. We have 4 Goblin Bannerets and 4 Skirk Prospector. Prospector is in the deck to help us sometimes to be able to cast some of our larger goblins. Often we'll only ever need to sacrifice maybe 1 goblin, for example. But just the ability to make sure we get to this is helpful. I found that you could get away with running Fanatical Firebrand instead of a Skirk Prospector, but then you will have more games where you just can't cast your larger spells. Goblin Banneret, of course, is a fantastic card in this deck because 1, it is a Goblin, 2, it is a 1-drop, and 3, it has 2 abilities that are useful. So Mentor can help our tokens get buffer if we just get this to to a slightly larger power, and we can just use its ability to get to a slightly larger power. And the fact that it is, double fire breathing for what it's worth, being able to get +2 power for just 2 mana is very helpful. So, in a late game, if maybe you flood out or something, you can swing in and have a large Goblin Banneret. And what is really cool is that if you have a Goblin Banneret and Skirk Prospector, and then you're attacking with a bunch of creatures, and some of those creatures are blocked, you can use the Skirk Prospector to sacrifice some of those things that aren't going to be getting damage through to get damage through with your Goblin Banneret. In our 2-drop slot, we have 4 Goblin Instigators. This is 2 Goblins for the price of 1, which is fantastic. And we also have 3 Dark Dweller Oracle. Now, Dark Dweller Oracle is kind of a helpful way to keep digging through our library. There are plenty of ways in this deck to make Goblin creature tokens, so being able to just use those to dig through our deck a little bit more is very helpful, and it's a Goblin by itself. This is kind of our replacement for Experimental Frenzy, since we don't necessarily want to be playing that in this deck, and we want to maximize our Goblins. Instigator is it's 2 for 1. It's fantastic. I only run 3 Legion Warboss because I wanted to run all of these. He's great if you can play him on curve. It's fantastic. If you can play him on curve into a Trashmaster, that's cream of the crop right there. But the fact that this just makes a Gobbo each turn, it allows you to mentor some of your goblins. It's just really nice. And it can do a nice loop with Goblin Banneret by making it so that Banneret can pump this to 3, this can pump Banneret to 2, and then Banneret can bump itself to 4, pumping this. So it's just a nice little combination there. 4 Goblin Chainwhirler, because Chainwhirler is really good, and we're a mono red deck, and we're playing Chainwhirler. That's pretty much it. 4 Goblin Gathering. I love this style of thrumming cards, similar to, what is it, Rune Snare? I think it's Rune Snare. Things like that. I just really like cards that check how many cards you've already played this game by looking into your graveyard, and just the ability to just have a fun time with Goblin Gathering is fantastic. So it's going to create 2 by itself, and 2 is technically 1 more than you should be getting. Dragon Fodder is the stereotypical Goblin token generator, and that is 2 for 2 mana. This costs a little bit more, but you will start getting a nice value later on in the game. So I just like this card. I like playing it. I love the art, so I'll likely be using the art for the thumbnail. I haven't done the thumbnail art. Don't judge me. Light of the Stage. This is draw cards for 1 mana. It's very helpful in a deck that is mono red and runs a lot of dorky goblins. Risk Factor. I have 1 Risk Factor in here, essentially just to shore up, to make a little bit more draw. That is relatively inexpensive. Experimental Frenzy, I feel like it warps the deck a little bit too much. And Risk Factor is just a little bit better. And since we are an aggressive style deck, it is going to be difficult for our opponent to actually get us in the right situation. And for what it's worth, the Jumpstart, we can just ditch an extra land. Goblin Trashmaster. It's a Lord. We have the hasty Goblin Man, but he's not great in this deck, to be honest. Giving our Goblins haste is nice. Reducing their cost by a generic is nice, but we're not for one, we're not playing just goblins, right? So we don't always get those reductions. And our goblins having haste isn't necessarily as important enough to give him a slot. But Trashmaster is here. For what it's worth, we can sacrifice a goblin to destroy a target artifact. It's pretty much never going to come into play. The fact that you can just, like, go Chainwhirler into this and have a 4/4 first striking attacker on turn 4 it's just nice. Siege Gang Commander, the big bang boom of this deck, the top end here. We create 3 Goblins, which is very fantastic. And we can sacrifice a goblin to deal 2 damage to any target. If we just like are flooding out and we just need a way to deal damage to our opponent, this is 8 damage. You sacrifice the 3 goblins, that's 6. Sacrifice itself, that's 8. That is a nice 8 free damage. And if you had any other goblins on the field and then the mana required, you can do a large chunk of damage with this. And of course, you can fire this off at instant speed. It doesn't require a tap, so you can keep that pressure on. And whenever your opponent decides, hey, I have to wipe the board or I'm dead, you can chunk their life total, and hopefully you'll be drawing into something like Legion Warboss, like Goblin Chainwhirler, that does that immediate damage. Vanquisher's Banner, I love this card, dang it, and I want to play it more, so I'm playing it here. You choose Goblin, your Goblins get bigger, and when you cast Goblins, you get more Goblins. That is the point of this card, and it's great. 18 Mountains, 2 Arch of Orazcas. As I said, this deck can go pretty wide, so just having an additional way to mitigate some top decking scenarios is very helpful. And then, 18 Mountains, we're a mono red deck. Theoretically, you could possibly go to 19 lands. I just don't trust it. We do run plenty of 5-drops. We do have a playset of 4-drops. I just don't trust it. I only played like 1 practice game of this today. I have played this in the past, but I didn't. That was before I started writing it down. It was against Gates. I murdered them. I played a 1-drop into a light at the stage, another 1-drop. On that same turn. On turn 3, I played a Chainwhirler. On turn 4, I played a Trashmaster. They conceded after that. Of course, you got to stick with the Kaya. And the Kaya sleeves. We have to confuse our opponents. We're playing the mind games. Unfortunately, this is not the most aggressive start, but we do only have 8 1-drops. I think if you're going to be a dedicated aggressive deck, I think the wisdom is have at least 10. But, we're going second, so we would be slow anyway. We have double Chainwhirler. We're going second. So I think this is probably a keep here. Might not be. And we're in play mode. We're not in ranked, because this is pretty much a casual deck. So we do have to kind of see whether or not our opponents decide to play nonsense. Okay, they're playing mono red. We're also playing mono red, but ours is worse, better. I don't know. Yeah, I'll trade my Banneret for their Fanatical Firebrand. I think that's a fine trade in my eyes. Going into Dark Dweller Oracle is helpful. I would like to get a land so that we can play this on turn 3, because there are plenty of cards that we can just kill. If our opponent... Oh no, I guess if my opponent went Steamkin this turn, we wouldn't be able to kill it. That is not great. So I will say that this deck does kind of lack in the direct damage department, in the removal department. And I made that decision because I really wanted to show off the Goblin aspect of the deck. Theoretically, I could have, cut out maybe the Vanquisher's banners. I could have... Oh, okay. I assume one's going to die. He's going to attack me for 1. Sure. Right? No, he's just attacking me. I mean, I'll take the damage for now. Interesting. Okay, so we did get a Chainwhirler, or we did get a land for our Chainwhirler. I was saying something. What the hell was I saying? I don't remember. Can you repeat the question? Oh, right. Direct damage. So, we don't have many ways of dealing direct damage in the deck. We're not running shocks, we're not running lightning strikes, all those things. And I'll definitely talk about those. Once again, I think I think I'm fine taking this damage. My opponent only has 2 cards left, don't have a lightning stage. Cool, they didn't. Ooh, Trashmaster is not bad, but we can go ahead and get rid of their 2 Firebrands here, and now we have a really nice blocker. Of course, it could, bite the dust. I will attack here, because I wouldn't be blocking this anyway. They're likely going to be able to Lightning Strike our Goblin away, but full price Screw the Critics. I'm okay with that. Skirk Prospector. So what I could do is Prospector into Dark Dweller Oracle, and then next turn sacrifice just the Prospector to play out a Trashmaster. I'm inclined to do this because my Chainwhirler right now doesn't actually do anything necessarily, and I could just block the Lava Runner with my Dark Dweller. So, is that the correct play, though? I think so. Another reason for that is because if we do just draw a land naturally, we'll be able to just play that mountain out and play the Trashmaster, and we would have more creatures on the battlefield to play out. I'm going to not attack this turn just because theoretically I can double block on this, so my opponent might not necessarily want to. Rekindling Phoenix is an issue. Maybe this deck should run a number of Lava Coils. So we do have the Trashmaster. See, if there was a way to, we could just, you know, if we were able to get our Rekindling Phoenix dead, then we could kill the token with the Chainwhirler. But I think what I'm going to do here is just play out the Trashmaster, pass the turn because I pretty much have to, and then I assume they're going to attack me with the Phoenix. They'll put me to 8. I have a decent amount of damage here. That's what, 10 damage? Yeah, so I have 10 damage. They don't remove anything. But I do have 10 damage. Plus this, you know, a good old 11 damage. So theoretically, I could win this race if he doesn't have burn to my face. Legion Warboss would be an interesting decision. I really, really don't like that my opponent is harboring stuff. Let's go to combat. Attack with both. I assume my Trashmaster might die. Thank you, sir. You did those awesome side effects, sound effects. I don't trust that at all. Well, if I go 2 damage, and they then respond with something, I can respond with something. So I think I'm fine losing the Prospector. Yeah, I'm totally fine losing the Prospector here. Put them to 8. So I very well could just be dead here, right? If they're attacking me, I'm probably dead. But you know, I think I did a good job. It was a good enough show. The Rekindling Phoenix, yeah, shock. That's not me dead. But that is. I don't want to add Lava Coils. Fine. But I'm not happy about it. I wanted all the goblins. Oof, I had a long day. And it's not even done. I gotta do more edits to my presentation slides. Yeah, we can't keep this. Can keep this though. No, I really should get the land. Oh, hello. Oh, cool. I assume my opponent is going. So they have the Becky with the good sleeves. I should say they are a Becky with the good sleeves. Yeah, I was gonna say I assume they're mono white of some kind. What the fudge? Am I willing to like take my entire turn to trade with that? This doesn't do anything. This doesn't do anything. I guess I'll threaten them with the attack and then just light up the stage if they decide not to block. I'll keep hovering over it because I don't want them to block. Yeah, cool. I'm glad that happened. Because now there's a greater chance that we'll hit a land. Cool, cool. Unfortunately, I did play land from my hand first, and that's definitely a no-no. But in that situation, I had to do it. Oh, come on! They're the Azorius aggro deck. Fudge. Fudge like all the way off. So I'm gonna lose this, unfortunately. I'll play a Warboss. Just run a token in there. Like Goblin Gathering. I guess I'll play the Warboss. Oops. I'm not blocking that. Okay, we got a Trashmaster, that's nice. I'll play Gathering. I'm able to just draw 2 lands in a row. That might be good enough, as it were. Because I'd be able to play the Trashmaster into a Vanquisher's Banner, which would pump my team a great deal. My opponent does only have 3 cards left. What? I'm incredibly confused as to what my opponent is playing. Incredibly confused. That is exactly what I didn't want to see. There's really not a reason for me to play the Instigator. There's also no reason in me doing that before I went to attacks, because the token would still only deal 2 damage to her. I'm wrong. I forgot it gives +1/+1. Alright, we're done. Well, we're probably done here. Aw, this gives us... Oh, that only gives us 3 goblins. Well, you know, goblins, and we're done. The most annoying thing about this is I'm sure plenty of people are like, why are you only playing 20 lands with so many high ends? I was playing 22 lands, flooded out. Played 21 lands, flooded out. So I went to 22. Of course, now... Nah. We're going 61 cards. We're doing it live! We'll do it live. Oh, I forgot to turn my phone off. Luckily, no one talks to me anyway. Captain, take us to the Diego system. Sure, we'll keep this. We have lands and spells. We have lands and spells. We'll keep it, even though we keep going second. I would like to go first at some point. Yep, Steam Cannon's gonna run away with the game. It's gonna run and keep drawing lands. It's totally fine. It's not like I predicted this at all. Oh, wow. My Dark Dweller Oracle dies to a shock. And Steamkin gets bigger? And they play another Steamkin? Well, no, they would have played it first. So they attack me and they play live at the stage? Wow. I'm so sad. Like, for what it's worth, this deck is not meant to be good. I just wish I wasn't coming up against... Well, to be fair, I don't... Like, the last deck I played against wasn't, like, a real deck, so I'm pretty much fine with that. I guess? I don't know. But I do wish people didn't play, like, full-on mono red in play mode. It's a little annoying. But, you know, this deck is Goblins. It's not meant to be the correct... yeah, I'm just going to take the damage, thank you. It's not meant to be, like, the correct mono red deck to play. If you want to win, you should play this nonsense. Attack with just the 4/4. Yep. Ow. Hey, it's the Trashmaster. Cool. Now I can block his Steamkin. Problem is, I'm probably screwed anyway. Because I'm at 5. Opponent's playing a burn deck. So I'm probably burn dead. My opponent did that wrong. They should have used the Steamkin's counters first. Because now... So I let them draw 3. So they have 1 card in hand. And they got rid of a Fanatical Firebrand. They got rid of a Firebrand. They have to be holding a shock. In which case I'm dead anyway? Is the correct decision to let them draw... Because they have 4 mana, and in 4 mana they can kill us really easily. But if I take the damage, they have to have the 1 card they need. Like, maybe they did just misclick on their Firebrand. I think that's technically an easier thing to do. I did forget about the mana, though. Yep, Lightning Strike. So I was dead regardless. Right? There's no way in the top 3 card they have nothing. I are sad. You know what? We'll go back to ranked and see if this nonsense persists. I've been like ranking up with Bolas control. It's just I think the deck that I have the best like percentage with. It's the smoothest for me to play, etc., etc. I get to go first, and I have 2 of these. Yes, I will keep this hand. I'm like slouching in this dang chair too much. Might be another mono red deck, but the fact that we're going first, so this is probably gonna die. That's fine. That means that if they do play a Steamkin on turn 2, I can kill it with my Chainwhirler. That's incredibly important. Going first in a red match is incredibly important. They didn't kill my Dark Dweller. Tharby Burn? Alright, it's Goblin time. I'm gonna save the Chainwhirler. Why did I... I agree. I am stupid. I should have just played the damn Chainwhirler. I didn't see it because I just wasn't paying attention. That's a big oops. I'm so mad at myself about that. Then they shock my Chainwhirler. Then they attack. I don't know, let it sage. Yeah, and their Steamkin's gonna go out of control. Absolutely worth blocking, because I'm still 2 lands away from this, and I wouldn't be able to get the... I wouldn't be able to get the Trashmaster online in time anyway. I should just start calling him Danny DeVito. Okay, we got a 4th land. So that's nice, I suppose. I can definitely attack through here with all of my Gobbos and light up the stage. And I can even sack whichever gets blocked here. I think I'm going to do that. Just sacrifice my Gobbos. Okay. I'm not going to lie, I really didn't expect that. So I did get a land, so that's nice. I do think the correct answer here is Warboss. So next turn I can mountain into Vanquisher's Banner. I think that's the correct play over Siege Gang. Because then I can really start ramping up my damage output. If they have a 3rd Chainwhirler here in their top 17 cards, that would suck. They've been through 17, I've been through 13. Yeah, they're just going for damage here. I assume it's going to be a light up the stage, maybe a skewer. Skewer, okay. Yeah, they're just trying to burn me down. Very interesting. I mean, they very well might be able to do it. Wizard's Lightning, okay. Am I really just dead here? I really wish I was playing against not mono red. I'm at 3, right? I'm dead to pretty much everything that they have. I guess they have like a lightning strike in their hand or something. No, they would have played that. I don't know. I think I just have to do this. I would only get through 2 damage. I'd rather just let them block this and hope that things will be better next turn. But I mean, I'm at 3 against a burn deck. I'm probably just dead. I couldn't attack with all because I needed the blockers. I'm at 1. I bet that's the card they top decked, and they're just gloating. I'd like to play someone who isn't playing mono red, please. I'm fine with it still being a tier deck, you know, Sultai midrange, even Esper control, Grixis control, whatever. I just don't want to play against mono red again. This is just a worse version of mono red. It's the Babadook. It's come to kill me. We're going 2nd, but we have Prospector, Goblin, Instigator, and Light Up the Stage. I think this is good. Our opponent did mulligan. Alright, hopefully this is a nice game where we can show our nice curve. Blue. It is mono blue. Interesting. Go ahead and play out our Prospector here. Next turn is iffy. Chart Course. No, not Chart Course. So they have Essence Capture. I assume. No, I know what they have. They probably have a Merfolk person. They probably have both, frankly. So trying to attack means my Prospector dies. Trying to just cast a creature means it gets countered. I think I would rather play into the Merfolk Trickster. Okay, they didn't have it. I will attempt to light up the stage. Spell Pierce. Negates. Sure. Sure. End turn. So next turn I can play Goblin Gathering into Trashmaster the following turn. Opponent is on 3 cards. Luckily with not really much going on. Alternatively, I could play Banneret and Instigator. Functionally the same. No, it's not. I would get more creatures. I would rather them essence capture one of these creatures than holding it for the Trashmaster. So I think it is better for me just to try and play these out. And I guess I would rather this resolve. I don't know. I'm just gonna fire things off. The mono blue player has what they have. They have something. Oh, they pay for the Wizard's Retort. Alright, sure. That's 1 fewer counterspell. They currently can't Trickster, so I'll get in for the damage. So next turn, I would rather draw land into Trashmaster. But my opponent only has 2 cards in their hand. So, you know, they can't have everything. Chart course. Exclusion Mage. This is budget blue? Guess I'm fine with that. Like a land piece? Thank you. I can go ahead and play this Trashmaster. I can attack in. Yeah, I'm fine with that trade, I think. Cool. Opponent has 1 card. Well, technically 2. If we draw land, I'm probably going to play the Vanquisher's Banner out. If we don't, then I'm fine playing both of these. Sure, I'll take the damage. No problem at all. Fantastic. Very well could be countered. But I think that's fine. Yeah. Negate, perhaps. Spell Pierce. I could make sure this resolves. I kind of want it to, but no, it's fine. We'll just attack again. Yep, once again, done with that trade. So still, it's 2 cards. Okay, that's totally fine. I still have the... I'm still winning the race, as it were. Go ahead and cast this because it can be spell pierced. And I'll pay for it. So they had double plus spell pierce, so if I cast this last turn, I don't know. Who cares? So I mean, I have the better board here. My opponent could like sleep me, and I think I'd still be winning. And I have Goblin Banneret. Yeah, I could pump the crap out of Banneret. Very good. Obviously, that was a bad draw on my opponent's part, but I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouse. In the mouth, not the mouse. I'm gonna look a gift horse in the mouse. So I'm going to go and open this pack real quick, and then I will go into the sideboard and talk about why I didn't play some things, why I did play others. Okay. So, Fanatical Firebrand, I did talk a little bit about. I just like the consistency that Skirk Prospector brings. That said, Firebrand probably just better because it deals with elves, it deals with those other 1-drops from like the mono blue deck. So, you know, technically better. Cavalcade of Calamity, if you saw there, I did have a number of games where I just had 2/2s. There were plenty where I had 1/1s, that is very true. But I would rather just make a deck, well, I already did, but it wasn't perfect. I would rather just remake a deck with Cavalcade as opposed to kind of muddying down my Goblin deck. Goblin and Crater Maker, it has options. It is technically removable. It's possible that since I didn't really use Dark Dweller as much as I expected, Crater Maker is possibly just a better choice. The unfortunate bit is that it can only sacrifice itself. If we're able to sacrifice any goblin, then it'd be a lot better. But, you know, it is removal. So if that's something that you really want to have but still have the goblin density, then this is an option. Lightning Strike, similar to Lava Coil, but I did add Lava Coil in. I wanted to play... Actually, I'll talk about Lightning Strike, Screw the Critics, and Wizards Lightning in this entire thing. I just wanted to play more goblins. And I didn't have room for burn. Yeah, Cindervines. We decided not to play green because I didn't think it was worth it for Zertog Goblin. You know, Zertog Goblin is a good goblin. Probably one of the better ones. It's possible I should have just bit the bullet and made this red-green. But, it makes the deck a little bit less new player friendly because you do need to get the rare lands, in my opinion, to really play do the deck justice. So Cindervines just wasn't a great slot either. That said, I really do like Cindervines for what it is. It's just a consistent damage dealer to your opponent. It would be a sideboard choice for sure, but it's not a thing we can do because we didn't put in Zertog Goblin. Goblin War Chief, I talked about this. Having the haste is nice, but it doesn't give like a boost. Not a great lord in my opinion. Gutter Snipe, we didn't play very many spells. Well, we did play a decent number of spells, but Gutter Snipe is just too weak for what he does in this deck specifically. Experimental Frenzy, I just feel like it was too slow. Volley Veteran. I had this in the deck at first because I thought it said it could deal damage to an opponent. It only hits creatures. It is removal, but you don't want to glut up your 4-drop slot unless you are more satisfied with making a little bit more of a mid-range deck. This is technically, I would probably consider this an aggressive mid-range deck, but if you wanted to make it just like a down-the-line, middle-of-the-road mid-range deck, then that's what you would add. Also, there's a cucumber in the picture, so that's funny. And then Banefire, you could theoretically have a position where you have Scrapman, Prospector, as well as a bunch of other goblin tokens, and you just need that little bit more after you deal damage to your opponent, and you sack all your goblins, and you Banefire your opponent for a bunch, but let's be realistic, this is not really going to happen. No reason to do that and have a strange situation. If you have any tips on this illusion deck, feel free to let me know. I wanted to keep it, like, pretty much the same. I did run Incubation Incongruity, but it just sucked. So I swapped that out for 3 Sinister Sabotage. Otherwise, this is the exact deck I've been trying to use. These are the cards that I've considered. If you have any ideas of how to just make the deck better without changing it too much, then please let me know. Because I want to show it off because it's an interesting idea and it's fun to play when it works, but it often doesn't. So yeah, I would like to thank my lovely patrons, especially, of course, Salamander and Croft, for their continued support. If you'd like to join them in supporting this channel, you'll find links to that down in the description below, as well as links to the Discord server where we chat and play games, and a link to this artist's website, as well as the website of Tyler Walpole. Still a great dude. I'm not sure if he's going to finish the rest of the G&G portraits or if he's going to do even more, but he's a cool dude. He makes a fantastic art for a series of dragon stuff. It's really awesome. You should totally check it out. He also, for what it's worth, did the Art of Wilderness Reclamation. Take that as you will. Yeah, but I do hope that you've enjoyed this video of technically worse mono red. If you did, go and tap that like button, add subscription to your mana pool, cast one of those comments in the comment section down below, and until next... Ah, crap! Pass the turn in the video to some of your friends, and until next time, I'll be one.